Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis, and today we are going to be talking about Quant Network and Quant. So sit back, relax, and before we fully jump into this video, I do just want to ask guys, could please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. Now with that being said, let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So I'm not going to dwell on the price too much because I am recording this a little bit ahead of time. But I will say this, I will focus on a few things. And that is going to be the idea on we are kind of just ranging around that major support zone of roughly around like $119 on that fib level. So I'm not too concerned right now on price action. I'm also not concerned at all in terms of price action on Bitcoin either. As everyone is kind of getting a little bit fearful, it actually kind of makes me a little bit more bullish, and it does allow me to want to buy more and more, especially right now within this market and the structure that we are printing on Bitcoin, which is that higher high, or sorry, not higher high, but higher low compared to what we've been recently seeing in terms of going back a month and even 2 months. So again, overall the structure is pretty bullish. I would say right now when we are talking about this market, I think that we are still looking very, very good. Of course, I'm going to have to readdress it tomorrow on Sunday, and also even on Monday when the indices do open and we can get a clearer picture view on things happening within this market. Now, with that in mind, I do want to talk to you guys about some exciting things, and of course, one that starts with this posted by Quant Network themselves. Now, this is coming from Martin Hargreaves. Hoping that I'm saying that name right, CPO at Quant. We do see here says that blockchain-based payments offer, developing and emerging markets the potential to leapfrog traditional payments architecture and set the pace for the G7 economies to follow. I want you guys to understand that overall, quote here. This is going to essentially emerge as a massive disruptive, technology area to really kind of focus on massive markets, but also, disrupt the traditional payments frameworks and also set the standard for these massive economies as well, the G7 economies to be precise. This is huge. And we actually look at this. This goes back to March 28th, 2022. Today, the payments infrastructure across most developed economies works well. New technology and enhancements are regularly deployed to refine it further still. In Northern Europe, the vast majority of monetary transactions are cashless and frictionless. Here, consumers use digitized bank cards and digital wallets to pay merchants and other individuals. Money is quickly credited to personal bank accounts during domestic transactions, and monies are efficiently batched and paid to business bank accounts. Again, the resulting system is generally fast, user-friendly, and nearly seamless. And again, we are looking at the idea on what's the next major step? And it is going to be digitization of money, aka fiat. We do see consumers are turning to cryptocurrencies for payments. Some 25% of U.S. cryptocurrency owners use these to buy groceries, according to a 2021 payments survey. And also many governments and institutions are actively exploring central bank digital currencies and stablecoin use. Today, some 90 countries, including the U.S. and U.K., are considering CBDC implementation, while China is currently piloting the idea. Again, things are rapidly evolving within CBDCs, and we do see moving beyond traditional ledger technology. Again, this is using DLTs, except, getting to the point on, a massive scale of connecting everything to one. We kind of look at this and we do see here the reason why so many governments are exploring CBDCs is apparent. While our current payments system delivers significant benefits, it has a serious limitation: traditional ledger architecture. On ledgers, monetary transactions are represented rather than actualized. Transactions need to be finalized between banks in a central ledger operated by the central bank. Central clearinghouses for each payment system act as an intermediary, and the process is made even more complex with cross-border payments. This is also why we look at DLTs like Ripple and what Ripple is doing with on-demand liquidity. That is a major stepping stone, especially when we talk about the $156 trillion cross-border payment market. Understand where we are positioned. And again, if you build it, they will come. Again, this is all focused around DLTs. DLTs are the main one here. We talk about Swift, $5 trillion a day in payments. I mean, it's clear, right, that we are still utilizing inefficient roadmaps, right, and, rails to move money when we have this massive technology in front of our faces that is extremely disruptive. Now, also, we do see here QNT, IMF, International Monetary Fund. From Gemini, IMF use Quant Tech. Multi-ledger tokens allow for changes of ownership between different enterprises, meaning that transactions are recorded and stored throughout their entire lifecycle. For example, Quant MLT technology is leveraged by the International Monetary Fund, IMF, for use with CBDCs that are sent to and from and operate on many distinct blockchain and legacy-based platforms. I love the fact that they are saying legacy-based platforms as well. Now, this is not new. This is not a new article. In fact, this goes back all the way to November 28th, 2021, where we did see the confirmation of IMF utilizing MLTs by QNT through Gemini. I think that this was a little bit of a sneak peek. I think that this was a little bit of a leak, but this is extremely massive when you look at things happening within the Quant ecosystem. This should give you guys a clear idea on where Quant is positioned. I think that QNT as a token, but also Quant as a massive company, especially with Overledger in mind, is going to do absolutely insane things as we do march forward on in time. I mean, just imagine where QNT is going to be positioned at in 3 to 5 years. I mean, truly, the value is limitless that they are going to move. It's going to be something to really watch for. And we also do see our QNT Overledger network is collaborating with 5 biggest central banks. No matter how big your interoperability competitor is, Quant will connect. DLT gateways are future-proof. Oracles and relayers are not. The amount of blockchains are growing each day, each with their own special features. The true opportunity is using all of them at scale. QNT will be used in every corner of the multi-chain. Think of a gas token for all blockchains combined. But doesn't more interoperability solutions mean less demand for QNT? No, all multi-chain apps built within Overledger require QNT to be paid for transactions, even if those transactions are using oracles and interoperability blockchains. And yes, that is the truth. I mean, guys, think about it like this. The tokenomics behind QNT are programmed that with more adoption, the supply also gets squeezed, meaning more QNT tokens are needed for growing amount of transactions while simultaneously locking more QNT tokens up. Exponential price growth. We are sitting on a powder keg. Now, also, this goes into the idea on a supply shock. Everybody thought the supply shock meant like, hey, we're going to run out of, supply of QNT because of, for example, the developer licenses going live in March. No, that was never the case. And honestly, when we're talking about even the supply left on exchanges, will we lead to a massive supply shock very soon? It is possible. But ultimately, the real idea is the supply to demand ratio on the actual network. With adoption growing on Quant, aka Overledger, the demand for QNT rises exponentially, resulting in a massive squeeze event on QNT in general, which would lead to a massive price increase. I mean, we're talking about, prices close to Bitcoin, maybe even prices above Bitcoin. I mean, think about it like this. The market cap of QNT right now, if we had the same market cap of Bitcoin, we would be at around 60 plus K, while Bitcoin is a little bit around 42K. Think about that logically. Think about how massive that actually is when we are talking about the actual utility around QNT. It is truly mind-blowing. Okay? And then also, right, we look here. The reason why QNT Community Gateways, RCGs, haven't fully launched it is because of the overwhelming client demand. They don't have the manpower to handle RCGs launch at the moment and the questions that come from it. The team does what's best for their long-term goals. Now, you might read this and you might think, well, wait, does Quant, is their technology stack limited here? No, not at all. It's actually their employees. They don't have a full team to actually handle the demand. As I just explained, we are trying to increase our team capacity to deal with increasing customer demand. We are making blockchains mainstream by being enterprise focused, and that's the market we're aiming at. Crypto marketing you're seeing and expecting from us does not attract any serious customers or partners. We're serious about what we're doing and how we're doing it. It's aimed at the bigger market. I know some of you disagree with this and feel like you know better on what we should or should not do. However, ranting about it endlessly on social channels and Telegram, DMing me and my team on all social channels is not going to change anything. The demand behind Quant is so massive. I mean, guys, understand what Overledger is truly achieving here. Interoperability is such a necessity in terms of the current market, but also the future market as well. Guys, QNT is going to succeed no matter what. Not because, I hold it or you hold it or anybody holds it and they want to think that's going to be a success, but because of what they have already achieved already. Now, I show you guys this diagram. This is Stripe's valuation from 20 million in 2011 to 95 billion in 2021. So in 10 years, they went from 20 million to 95 billion. Now, I say this, to really kind of just show you guys where we are headed. We are currently at that 2014 level of Quant, where we are sitting at that $1.8 billion market cap. Look at where it was in 2 years. Look at where it was in 4 years, followed by 5, 6, 7 years after that point. Guys, Quant's market cap will move much faster than Stripe. Not because, again, I'm biased or anything like that, but because of where we are currently positioned within crypto. Crypto is on the verge of a massive shift. That shift is institutional demand and institutional innovation through regulation. It is coming. And when that day happens, the floodgates will be unlocked. They will open, and trillions of dollars will flow throughout this market at a massive scale. Individuals think that Bitcoin went from 0 to 50K or 60K or even 70K pretty quick. Yeah, think about this. The market cap of crypto will grow exponentially so quick that people will have to look twice because it will be so unbelievable. We are talking about institutional investors, banks, financial institutions in general. When we talk about hedge funds and these massive companies moving in on crypto, saying crypto is the next big thing, they're growing, to the point where they are almost FOMOing into crypto, but they can't because regulations are locking them out. Once that does happen, the floodgates open, prepare yourselves, because that is when utility will take over. It's not going to be about Bitcoin and Ethereum. Of course, these two will succeed. They will always be here. But utility will be the star player. We look at QNT. We look at the things that it's doing. We look at where this market is headed. I truly see a remarkable future, not only for all of these assets that are doing incredibly well, but for things that are a necessity part, or I should say, a necessary part for the future of DLTs and legacy systems. That is interoperability. And there is only one patent technology asset within this space capable of doing the job, and that is QNT. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.